What is going on, everybody? Robbie here, and today we're taking a look at Cang Toys Firmament. Finally, I'm a little late to the party on this figure. I ordered this through the DcomPrime, and unfortunately I think their shipment got stuck in the Suez Canal or something, because it took quite a while for it to get to me. That said, he's finally here, but is he worth the wait? Let's find out together. So first of all, you can see the box is rather large. Just to give you a quick idea, I'm going to pop our dear friend Mastermind Creations Divebomb here, right here, and honestly you could fit the entire Feral Rex inside this box easily. Like all of the different figures, all the accessories could all go right in this box. It's pretty imposing in person. So I actually do have my tripod set up, which is a little unusual for me. I haven't had to break it out in a while. On the top, you just got a bunch of nonsense here. There's nothing really important on the sides either, or the bottom. It's all the same info, and on the back, it's pretty much just the same. And you got an image of the bird mode and a nice outline, and that's pretty much it for the box. Inside is styrofoam packing and all of your different just that. It's really nothing. There's nothing in there right now, so that's pretty much it for the box. Nothing too exciting there, but I just wanted to show that off. And let's take a look at Firmament himself. Let's see if I can bring him in here now. There he is in all of his crazy, ginormous winged glory. Now I do have him with Ferocious's weapon. He does come with another weapon, but I just like the way he looks with this kind of sniper rifle. I think Mastermind's Feral Rex characters kind of sold me on the idea that their Divebomb was like a sniper, and I thought that was pretty cool. This guy does come with two of these right here, these guns, and they're pretty cool. You get a pair of them. As you can see, they connect together, and that will be to ultimately form Predaking's larger weapon. But in the meantime, you can take one of these. You got a little post that can come down here for attachment. You've got a post that can come out on this side. If I can get it to pop out, and just tabs in right there, so you can even have these guys linked together with one in the center. So that's pretty cool. You can also rotate the handle, so it can either be underslung like this, or you can have it kind of off to the side if you want, sort of kind of, over the hand like that. So I think these are pretty cool. I'm probably going to end up giving these weapons to Landbull, just because I kind of like the way they look with him. But you can actually he can hold on to these, of course. I'll get them in his hand. Now I do apologize, because this guy is so large. I am struggling a little bit to just keep everything in frame, because I have to like sit back away from the table that I normally record on. So I do apologize if stuff kind of takes me a second to do here, but you get the idea. He's got the weapon there. There's also multiple attachment points, so if we take down the little peg on the bottom, he's got some points on his wings. He's got one right here, and I'll explain the wings in a minute. So he's got one there. He's got, I don't think, no, that's not quite big enough. Alright, it's just a detail. So he does have one there on his wings. So that's pretty cool. So you can attach that and sort of have it as, either weapons or thrusters if you want to turn around the other way, whatever makes you happy. But he does have weapon storage on his wings, so that is pretty cool. Alright, so let me go ahead and shift my camera around for a minute, and we'll see if I can get a better angle on this guy, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so I do apologize. I cannot quite get this guy all in frame here, but this is a much more comfortable way for me to record, so I do hope you'll just give me that. So he does come with more accessories than just these, and I want to show them off really quickly. So he also comes with another piece of the ultimate weapon here for Predaking, and I'll just show it off real quick. It does combine with Ferocious's weapon. Just tab them together there and there. And it's kind of a weird cutout design. But then you can also attach the weapon from Land Bull, and you can see this is coming to be a very large, very large weapon, considering there is yet another sword to be added onto the end of this, as well as all the various accessories that make up the guard and handle and all that stuff. So, really crazy, but he does come with another sword. He also comes with another combiner hand, so we finally can complete our crab. Very cool. So let's go ahead and transform this really quickly. So what we want to do here is we're going to untab the metal piece here. We're going to bring it down and around. We're going to bring the whole thumb assembly around to this side and rotate it over. We want to rotate this as well. And what we want to kind of do is line this piece up and this hinge. It can be a little tough. Sort of like this. We're going to curl this over, and then you can see there's little slots inside this metal crab claw, and you just want to line those up to form the crab claw hands. And then you just bounce it back this way. We're going to come under here and untab this piece, roll it over, and then flip this bit, just like that. And then just separate the fingers into kind of the legs of the crab. Just like that. And then take the two halves, and you should be able to just stick them together, but I didn't move this over enough. Oh, because I've got it turned the wrong way around. My bad. There we go. That's got it. And then you can just tab these two together, and you've got yourself a nifty crab. And it's pretty sizable. It's, you know, easily the size of my entire hand. So that's pretty cool. And it can just kind of hang out until you're ready for combining. So that's really neat. I mean, it's unnecessary, but I do appreciate that they've found a way to integrate pretty much everything when not in use by the combined mode. So that's pretty cool. I'm interested to see what they're going to end up doing with the like the feet for the combiner. So that'll be interesting to see. So, that said, you also get a couple more accessories with this guy. And I want to show this off really quickly. So I'm going to turn this bad boy around. And you can see that he's got a couple of feathers here that can detach and become swords, which is pretty neat. And he does have some guns up on top of the wings that can also be removed. Here we go. And I guess you can hold these in his hands if you really want to. They're a little weird, but you could also kind of put them in here if you so desire, or you know, wherever 5mm ports are found. So that's pretty cool. But for now, I'm just going to leave these in here. Now, the official images have these swords kind of turned the other way, but I do prefer the way that they sort of flow with the rest of the feathers on the wing when they're turned this way around. It's, you know, it's your figure, do whatever you want, but I do kind of prefer the way they look like that. Just personal thing. Another thing that I ended up doing with the wings is I reversed them. So originally these black pieces with the feathers attached are on the outside. I just swapped the wings, and then I took these pieces and just swapped them as well. There's actually little covers, and I'll take the wing off here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. These little bits here are just reversed on both sides. You can see there's little covers they put in because they just used the same mold for both halves. So I just swapped those around so they stayed on the back of the figure. But I just like the way, it's not even that I like the black plastic on the inside better, it's just that I like the range of motion that it allows the wings a little bit better. Well, a lot better, to be honest. Because he's got like all kinds of shield modes and stuff like that you can do, but I found that honestly, if you really want to, you can just kind of get this up here and create basically a shield mode without even having to remove the wings, which is what it wants you to do. So for the official shield mode, I'll show you guys, and I may have to swap the wings around to do this, but you can actually take the entire wing assembly off, which you'll have to do for combined mode anyway. You take the wing assembly off, and there's a little notch groove here, so you can reattach it up on top. Let's see if I can do this like that, and then that'll allow you to bring everything over the front of the robot as kind of a shield. But I found, personally, I like it better that he can just kind of do that naturally on this side, just with the way that I've swapped the wings around. So personally, that's just my preference. You guys do whatever you want to do with your figures. There's really no wrong way, despite what it might say in my comment section. So as for posability, let's get into that, but first I really do want to show you the wingspan in robot mode as well as in bird mode. We'll go into that once we get him transformed. But for robot mode, let's just kind of get him set up here. And I may end up swapping back to the tripod just to kind of give you guys a better view, but for now I'm just going to go ahead, spread his wings out, and then measure from tip to tip. And he is just about 27 inches from wingtip to wingtip, which is just absolutely insane. This thing is so immense in hand, it's crazy. So very quickly, we'll do a quick size comparison for you guys. And actually, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright guys, after switching back to the tripod, let's do some size comparisons. So here he is with a standard MP figure. That's Sideswipe, of course. So just to get an idea of his size. Here he is outside of the box with Mastermind Creations Divebomb. Just to give you kind of an idea, let me tuck this guy's wings in so I can actually get them side by side. It's a little easier to kind of spot the differences there. And this guy's by no means a slouch when it comes to the wingspan, but I mean, holy smokes. Holy smokes. Apologize for my squeaky chair. And then, of course, let's get these guys out of the way so I can show him with his teammates so far. And that's pretty awesome. That's a pretty imposing team right there. I would be very concerned if I saw even just the 3 of these guys coming over the horizon. So very, very cool. Now, another great thing about this figure is his transformation is definitely the easiest out of all of them so far. To both modes, or all 3 modes I should say. So very, very nice for transformation. Let's do quick articulation for this bad boy. Now the head is on a ball joint. It's a little bit restricted just due to the bird helmet. But you can get side to side here. You can get up. You can get down. The side to side is the most restricted here, but you can, if you so desire, take this bird helmet and kind of push it back, and then he's got pretty much unrestricted movement for his head. He can look up quite a bit. You look down. He's got light piping, which, you know, is not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not a huge fan myself, but there it is. He does have the bird beak on the back of his head. I've seen people flip it up for robot mode, and it's your toy. You do whatever you want, but that looks really stupid. Alright, arms can go all the way around if the wings are out of the way. Shoulders are on nice ratchets. Ratchets out to the side as well. The elbows are not on ratchets, but they get the job done. They're actually double hinged, which is pretty cool. The wrists, he's got a bicep swivel also. The wrists rotate. He's got the flat palm situation there. Thumb is jointed in 2 spots. This guy is a ball joint, which is really, really nice because I actually broke my ferocious thumb trying to transform him, and this kind of prevents that from being an issue, so that's really cool. All the fingers are on ball joints, and all of them are jointed in 1 spot, so you get some really nice posability out of those. Shoulder pads get out of the way for movement and all that good stuff. He does have a swivel wrist, or swivel waist, not wrist. He does have swivel wrists, but yeah, okay. I'm also going to put this bird head down because I like the bird head. I like it a lot. So yeah, he does have waist rotation. He can get a little bit of a... oh, there we go. Well, he can get an ab crunch if you extend the arm joint here. You're not supposed to extend it quite that much, but but like I said, this is really hard to do, trying to hold this thing at arm's, like at the end of your arm's length. It's really difficult, guys. I just want you to know that. Just appreciate it, that's all. And I can't get this thing back down. That's cool. Give me 1 second. Okay. Alright guys, now where was I? I had to take a minute to change my camera battery anyway, so it worked out. Anyway, he's got some hip skirts that get out of the way. He's got legs that go up, legs that go out to the side, like about there. I mean, you might be able to get more if you move these a little bit more out of the way. Knees can get kind of a double joint out of there if you fudge it a little bit. But for the most part, you just got standard action. Feet do go back and forth, like so. You get that ankle tilt, it's nice and tight. You can totally wreck that. It does have a swivel at the hip as well. Whew boy. The main complaint I have about this figure, and it's I feel terrible complaining about it, but he's almost just too big. Like, too big to manipulate easily, especially when you're trying to record it. So let me try and get his wing articulation a little bit here. I'm going to do the best I can for you guys. So the wings, maybe we'll try it from the back. Alright, so the wings do detach at 2 points. So it slides in right here, and then slides in at the back of the robot as well. And that is for the combined mode, I assume. The rest of the wings can come back here. They're a little squeaky, but you also get a joint here that's ratcheted like this. You can also rotate the wing, which is pretty cool. You can rotate this piece here up about that far and down about, depending on how you move these, about that far. The feathers can spread out. This one also can move. Okay, there we go. It's just stuck. Just stuck. I thought I moved it before. And then this guy can come out here as well. So you can get some really wild wing poses, and that's really, really cool in my book. And then, of course, the feathers collapse to become one shield or blade or whatever you like. And that is also really, really cool. And like I said, I like the way that the sword kind of goes up to look like that. I think that it just flows a little bit better. So that's the articulation. We're gonna change this guy into a bird, but I just want to warn you, I'm going to do something that I have not seen done by anybody, and I may very well regret this decision. I am going to transform this figure. Even he can't believe it. I'm going to transform this figure without removing the wings. And I know it's a lot easier to do with the wings removed. I get that, and I'm totally fine with that. But I just want to show you guys that it can totally be done. So, that said, transformation to bird mode. First thing we're going to do is pull the head up. Just kind of get it out of the way, just like this. Next thing we're gonna do is come on over here. We're gonna bring these wings out, spread them like that, so you can see the combiner peg here, which I don't want to talk about right now. Next, we're going to unpeg the arms from the side of the body, bring them down like this, and swing them around and under the wings. Just like that. Oh, actually, I messed that up. First thing we want to do is open these panels, close the fist up, put the thumb about like that, and then just flip it in. All right, that's what you want to do. And I'll do it the right the right step on the other side. So then we're going to move this around here, prepare this whole section. All right, that's probably pretty good right there. So do the same on the other side. I'm going to flip it around so I can get the fist in here. Flip the fist, just like that. Unpeg. Bring it around and underneath. There we go. We're getting there. So next we're going to take the wings, bring them down, or up in this case, against the side of the body, just like that. Okay? Now, these pieces have to come up further, so I'm going to bring them up. You're going to see a couple of slots here. There's a tab here. And you're just going to tab that in right there. Same on this side. Just try and rotate as you go. Even if you have to rotate all the way around, that's fine. But there you go. So there you go. We're going to take the shoulder pads, flatten them back, bring these yellow kind of fins or whatever you want to call them up. And now we're going to flip this guy around again. Hoo-yo. So these are hopefully pegged in now to the back. Ish, maybe. So now this is kind of the wonkiest part of the whole transformation for me. You can see there are slots here on the underside of the arms, and there's a tab here, and you want to get these two things together. But the problem is you can't really see what you're doing, so you just gotta kind of feel around and hope you get it there. And it can take some trial and error, but do your best. Alright, once you got that kind of sort of mostly there, you're going to bring the bird head back like this, lift it up, flip the robot head around, flip the beak, and then collapse these things together. Make sure it lines up correctly here. There we go. That's got it. Now we're going to rotate this part back here, and you can see there's some tabs here and slots on the side of the bird neck area where you want to get it tabbed in, but since it's all a little bit wonky, you just gotta kind of, again, just feel for it. There we go. I think we did it, boys. Just kind of get the bird head situated however you like. One kind of weird thing about this being on a ball joint is that sometimes the beak likes to get knocked out of alignment, but there you go. We got it. Now the wings, you can kind of just leave them as they are for right now, and we'll work on the lower half. Just make sure these two bits are pushed up like that. Alright, so the tail, we'll just move this kind of out of the way. We're going to rotate these bits up into the midsection, or up towards the torso. And the legs, we're going to open these panels, bring these bits out, and kind of move these guys out of the way as well. So you can open this up, do that whole spiel here, and spread the wings out a little bit, because we're going to go ahead and bring this joint up to its higher spot there, like that, if that makes sense. Just close that up. We'll do the same on the other side. Hopefully I can kind of explain as I go here. So slide this up, open this, flip this out, get that out of the way, and then we're going to bring this leg. Might be easier to rotate it. Get that out of there. Rotate it up like this first, and then just keep going. Kind of rock it until you get up all the way, like that. There you go. Now we can kind of close these together. You don't have to tab them together right now, but that's basically going to be what you're looking at. Flip the knee pads down. And then come to the underside here. You can clip it together if you want. So the bird legs are going to stretch out like this. There's a post here, and you just want to slot that down. Bring this over. It's going to tab in like that. Do the same on the other side. Swing the bird leg out. Slide it down. It's going to come in and tab in just like this. Or it should, anyway. I think I might not have this leg quite in the proper alignment. There we go. And it's not tabbing in. Why? There we go. It's just a little bit off center. Okay, that's fine. So once you've got that, you can swing these bits back, open them up however you like. Very zoidsy. Very zoidsy. I'll flip this. These panels can come back down. These can come back down. This goes all the way up. All the way up. Alright. There we go. Bring the wing down. And then bring it up like so. And then last but not least, we're going to bring this panel down over these yellow tabs here. So it should just slide down over like that. And then the tail feathers should come out. And then you can just spread them out like this. Now we'll just flip these over to kind of fill in that area here. Oh, and one last thing. The feet, the bird feet. You want to spread those claws out. And bring the rear talons down. Alright. Whew. Okay. Now, honestly, that took a lot longer than it has ever for me before, simply because I was trying to do it all on camera. So this actually is a very simple transformation. There's not a lot to it. It's not overly involved. And it's certainly not difficult. You saw that I was able to do it with the wings still attached. You can take them off for ease of use. That is absolutely fine. I'm not trying to shame anybody that takes the wings off. I just want to show you that it's possible to do it with them on. And again, this guy is just insanely big. This is my... Now I'm back on the tripod and the wings are still just crazy. Just crazy. I'm going to see what kind of length he gained from the transformation here. So from tip to tip, yeah, it went from 27 to 29 inches. And I don't really know how best to show you what that looks like. So here's what I'm going to do. Come with me a minute, guys. We're going for a walk. Come here, birdie. Excuse me, stuff. Alright, so this is the doorway to my office. And here is the wingspan. Will not fit through the door. It is actually butting up against the corner here and hitting the door here. So yeah, I mean, I think that should give you guys a pretty good indication of the size of this bird. And, you know, here's some Mega Construx soldiers. They're having a bad day right now. Yeah. So we'll just put him right down, like so. He's gonna face plant. There we go. So yeah, that should tell you pretty much what you need to know about the size of this figure. Now, he does have some articulation in this mode as well. The head is still on a ball joint. Unfortunately, I'm knocking everything loose because I'm being ham-fisted about it. There we go. But you can get some nice posability out of that bird head. The beak, of course, does open and close. The robot head wants to go with it, but you don't have to do that. Again, the wings can actually spread even further if you really want them to. You can pull it down like this and then spread it at that joint to get probably another 1.5 inches even out of those wings. So that is just craziness. Yeah, he's a big guy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here. I am going to reset my camera and then transform this guy into an arm mode, for which I will absolutely take the wings off. So I'll be with you guys in just a moment. Alright guys, transformation into arm mode is actually pretty simple. So what we're going to do is we are going to disconnect the neck bits from the bird head, which is pretty easy. Just bring this down. We're going to bring these guys down and just kind of get them out of the way, and then we're going to just pull the wings off completely. Which is actually a little difficult to do with the arms in the way. That's what I get. That's what my hubris gets me. There we go. Just pop it off there. Same on the other side. Woo! Alright. We're good. We're all good. Everybody's good. I'm okay. How are you? Alright. Got the wings off. Not a big deal. They're just enormous, so they're a little, you know, they can be a little hazardous sometimes. But here we go. Now we have the base figure, and we can just bring the arms back up and around and plug them into the side just like they were for robot mode. There we go. Just like they were for robot mode. Next thing we want to do is actually raise the camera a little bit so I can see what's going on here. Bring this forward, bring these down. Again, you're basically transforming the upper half to a robot, which makes things fairly simple. Swing this around. We're going to flip the neck piece down here, and then you can see this tab and this slot. They want to be friends. Let's make them friends. Okay, that's plugged in. Same on the other side here. There we go. And we can just flip these panels back. I'm not a huge fan of these panels. I don't really think they add a whole lot to the figure overall, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. Now for the bird head bit, we're going to go ahead and bring this down just like so, and then there is a tab on the back of the robot mode head that's going to peg in right there. Come on. So you can see what we got going on here. And you can even, if you want to, kind of flip out these side panels just to fill this in a little bit. You certainly don't have to. It's not that big a deal. Side panels don't really do too much for me, but hey, whatever. So this bit, we're going to fold it all back up, tab it back together, and that's ready for that. This we're going to move up and out of the way. Again, pretty much anything you're going to do with this figure, you want to move these side skirts up and out of the way. We'll close these up, get those ready to do stuff. Out of the way again. Out of the way again. And at this point you want to split the legs a little bit. We're going to go ahead, bring these down just to the point where, it might be hard to see, this little pointy bit right here is going to just sit just like that. So you want the leg to kind of go flush and then bounce up this way, which seems counterintuitive, but that's how it works. There we go, just like that, and then you got it done. It's all good. So the bird legs now, we're going to close up the claws and then close them up even more. We're going to kind of crunch them just like this. Crunch them all up. I should have showed this off actually when he was in bird mode, that the talons can close up, so he can really come in and like grab one of these poor suckers, just like so. He grabbed. He is grabbed. Okay, anyway. So yeah, that done. You want to bring this panel out and down. And I guess the foot will go down a little bit to support that as well. So out and down just like that. Open up these panels so you got some room to work with here. And then these are going to come down and around just like so. Actually, you want to slide those out. And then it's going to... it should go over it. There you go. Just like that. Alrighty. So the same over here. We're going to slide this out like that. Pull this down. It's going to slide it over it. Oh, we want to make sure these are out of, kind of bent back too. Those will get in the way. They're very, very tight on my copy, and do not want to move independently of the legs, but that's okay. Make sure you move this down. Enough? There we go. Alright. Got it. And now this panel will come up and connect here. You can see there's a slot and a tab, then I'll go over that as well. So just like that. Now there's this little under in his crotch area. It's a very weird spot. Oh, I guess I should show this off too. Underneath this panel on the chest is a plug for a flight stand if you are feeling so crazy. I found that my Supernova Zoids flight stand does fit in there. There's also one on the back here so you can have him flying in robot mode or bird mode. And there's also one here too, which is pretty cool, pretty neat. But you're going to need something very, very strong to hold up the weight of this figure. He is quite a hefty beast, and I have found that my Supernova stand simply could not hold the weight. Anyway, so we're going to plug the bird foot into this crotch piece here. Do the same on this side. Plug them both in. Just got to get it just aligned, just so. And then this bit will come down here. There we go. Now you got all that done. We can go ahead and bring these panels down. There's a tab and a slot. Might be a little hard to find at first, but you just kind of wiggle it around and you'll get it. Tab and the slot. And then this will come down here. You can see there are two tabs on this guy. They're going to just slot in right here on the knees, if I can get it to line up. There we go. Just like that. Make sure everything is crunched together. Just like that. Let's go ahead and intentionally, oh, there's the stupid ab crunch. There it is. Slide that around. This will turn around. Come on. There we go. And then one of the last things we need to do is grab our little claw friend here. Separate them. And we're going to uncrabify him quickly here. If it will allow me to do such a thing. There we go. Let's turn this around. Bring this down. Tab it in. Get it all good to go. Flip this guy around. Bring it up and over. There we go. Just like that. And then we just slide it on. This way. Make sure those are in all the way. Am I doing this wrong? Yeah, I'm doing this wrong. My bad. Why is it being... I know the answer to my question. I said, why is it being difficult? And then immediately it came to me, well, because you're recording, Rob. There we go. Now we happy. There we go. And there is the arm mode. And it is a really nice looking arm mode. I like how tight everything is together. And of course, you can move this panel down to expose a port here for the inevitable weapons. So we've got the this guy, which I presume it's gonna attach like this, and then these will peg together. If I can get it out, there we go. Like this, and I'm not sure how this attaches, to be honest. Was it? Well, there we go. I really don't know. I didn't plan this one out ahead, apparently. Alright, well, whatever. We've got this double cannon here. So this will give you an idea anyway. And then it'll just slide in right there. So you've got a Predaking arm with a double cannon, for starters. So that's pretty neat. Very, very cool. Now, there has been tell that this combiner pig is next to impossible to actually get out and deployed. And I can tell you with pretty much certainty that yes, I am also having the same issue. So I'm going to try and get a plastic spudger or something into this little slot and actually get this thing out. But I will say, just be careful whatever you're going to do, because you don't want to damage it too much. You may want to think about if you can get some pliers and just kind of squeeze this ratchet point here, so to kind of disengage these teeth, and then you might be able to swing it a little bit more freely. Once it's attached to Predaking himself, I don't think it'll be that much of an issue, but you just want to be very careful when you don't have that leverage of when he's like attached to the main robot. So just think about that. Give me a second. Let me see if I can actually get this thing out, and then I'll give my final thoughts. Okay, so I ended up using some flat pliers to just very gently kind of get underneath it and just scoop it out with minimal damage, thankfully. Some people may have not been so lucky. I did try and squeeze this little bit, but there's one just like it on the other side. So it really didn't help that much. But once I was able to get it out like one click, I was able to kind of get my finger in there and sort of, you know, move it around a little more freely. But just be very careful with this. Hopefully it'll kind of loosen up a little bit over time. And again, once it's actually combined with the main robot, it shouldn't be that bad. But man, this was a bear to get out. Really, really annoying. Hey, just a quick update. I figured out how the the other weapons combine. It occurred to me, oh yeah, that's why these things can. That's why these handles can spin, because they turn around and then these parts just go on the end and not in the middle. So yeah, that's going to be the gun, probably with more guns attached to it. So it's going to be just absolutely insane. Hopefully. Hopefully there's like a nice strong peg for all of these that can hold this weight, because it's going to be a very very hefty weapon. But yeah, that's how it combines. On to the rest of the video. Alright guys, so ultimately this is an absolutely fantastic figure. It's not perfect, it has some flaws, but I mean, man, it's such an impressive figure in hand that a lot of those flaws can be overlooked. I know the color scheme may look a bit of a mess in photos, but in hand it's really not bad. Just those wings, man, those wings are so impressive and just crazy. The wingspan on this guy. And it really, really gives me a lot of hope for the finished combiner. I should say. So, just an absolute great toy, great figure to own. I'm so glad I've got it. He's just a lot of fun to mess with. He is big, and it makes it difficult sometimes to just kind of sit down and mess with him. But like I said, you can take the wings off, and that helps alleviate a lot of the issues. And just posing those wings is a whole lot of fun. You can get him into some crazy poses. He can be a little bit back heavy because of it. But his feet are big enough that he usually does just fine. I haven't really had any problems with him falling over. It's just, you just have to make sure that, you know, he's balanced properly on those feet. But overall, absolute great figure. Cang Toys is 3 for 3, man. I'm really enjoying these figures so far, and I cannot wait to see what comes next. I'm just going to put these guys back over here with their playmate. And yeah, I'm just super excited to see all the figures coming out from this line. So really excited. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate your patience. It was a little crazy just trying to deal with these larger figures in a small recording space. But thanks for sticking it out with me. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit that like button. It really does help me out. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll be back with more stuff like this as soon as I am able. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.